Hey guys, so we're starting the vlog off in the car. We're on our way to our favorite country farm in Richmond, and we love going there, but unfortunately it's only open for select months of the year. But they have the most amazing assortment of like fresh fruits and vegetables, and there's like a ton of stuff that's grown locally and organic, so it's really nice because not only is it grown locally, it's also a lot more like affordable than just like a typical grocery store.
What are you looking for?
Super hard on the outside and heavy for its size with like a fully developed like spot.
I've never seen purple asparagus before.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as purple asparagus. We want to try these. Kylie Jenner on her Snapchat was like eating them, and apparently they're like you're supposed to eat the peel, and I was so intrigued. So I kind of just want to try them.
What are those?
Kumquats.
Oh.
There's some really nice shiitakes here. Like this is something that's like makes them really special when they're like split like that. Like when I get those dried bags, they always try to like present these ones on the front. So we just finished grabbing our groceries, and we wanted to stop by and see the animals because they have like a bunch of chickens and ducks and goats and stuff on site, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, there's a chicken getting in a fight right now with a rooster. And they have like baby chicks and stuff running around. It's the cutest thing ever. And this is like where we come to go to the pumpkin patch during the fall. They don't use the chickens, the eggs for anything like that. They just have them here just to have them here. And I think it's so nice. It's also really cute. They have like little farmhouses for them. Go grab a salad from this chain that Sebastian and I discovered called the Chopped Leaf. They have a ton of different like salad options, and it's great for eating a healthy meal from like a fast food type of place. So it's really convenient, especially when you don't have a lot of time or you're just like super hungry. So we decided to come to a park nearby where we live and have our salads here. So I got, okay, this actually looks like a mess because it fell when we were driving, but it doesn't normally look like this. This is one of their bowls, and I got quinoa instead of the brown rice. I normally get something that looks like this. This is Sebastian's, but I get mine with salmon usually. Nell, why are you stalking right now?
Just checking out other doors.
So we just got back from having our salads, and we're putting our produce away. So I thought I would show you guys what we got. So starting off, we got some raspberries, blackberries, some of these enormous strawberries, and they look really good. Cucumber, Brussels sprouts, an enormous bag of basil because I'm going to make pesto, and plus it's like one of my favorite herbs to add into like pretty much anything I'm making. We got some little lemons, some kumquats, because I've been wanting to try these ever since Kylie Jenner put it in her Snapchat. Another cucumber, some multicolored grape tomatoes, watermelon, some mint, which is really nice in salads, and then some shallots, which I like to add to everything when I'm cooking, a pineapple. We bought a bunch of fruit to make like a big fruit salad so that we have it on hand. So if it seems like we've got an excessive amount of stuff, it's because we're doing meal preps for like salads and like fruit salads as well. We got dragon fruit, some California garlic, we got some green onions, and look at the size of these roots. They're huge. And then some oregano, a big bag of ambrosia apples, which are my absolute favorite. If you have not tried ambrosia apples, it is an absolute must. We got some iceberg lettuce, which is not very nutritional, but it like adds nice crunch to salads. So I'm going to be adding like spring mix and stuff, but this just adds a little bit more like texture. Some flat leaf parsley, some fresh thyme, a yellow honeydew melon, and I've never made spaghetti squash before, and they had these little ones, so I thought I would just buy one and try it. Honeydew melon, some cauliflower, and these are the most enormous cauliflower heads I've seen in my life. Like this is like literally probably weighs more than my head, and it like is bigger than my head. We recently started roasting cauliflower, and it's so good. I didn't know how much I would like it. I got some red onion, some celery, some shiitake mushrooms, and I've never seen the actual good shiitakes in undried form at a like market before. These are the ones that I usually like rehydrate from a dried version, and they're amazing in like Asian dishes. Got some fingerling potatoes, some avocado, and finally one last head of cauliflower. Hey guys, so we didn't finish the vlog yesterday. It was so hot out that I was just like exhausted. Anytime I spend any amount of time in the heat, it usually kind of ruins my day because after I just get so tired. We're going to make dinner now. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my salmon, and I'm not going to do like the speed lap type thing this time because I'm just making salmon, broccoli, and asparagus for dinner, and it's not that exciting. So I thought I would give you guys a couple tips for how I like to personally make my salmon. So for my broccoli and my asparagus, I always start off by preheating my oven to about 450 degrees. The asparagus can actually be cooked at a lower temperature, but I usually don't cook it for as long, so I actually put it in with the broccoli as well. But broccoli usually needs like a higher temperature, and then you'll get that like caramelized golden color to your broccoli. Otherwise it kind of just steams itself. So unfortunately I went into the fridge and realized that Sebastian had left the broccoli uncovered, so it went completely like soggy and wilted. So change of plans, we're going to have some cauliflower. I'm just gonna cut this up into some small bite-sized pieces. Sebastian's going to be peeling and pressing an absurd amount of garlic because when I cook vegetables, I like them to be extremely flavorful. Not too garlicky. Like, I don't like things that taste like too strong of garlic, but I feel like if you just use like a clove or two, it doesn't really flavor anything that much. So I like to use like a tablespoon of garlic per type of vegetable. So then after I have all of my cauliflower cut up into bite-sized pieces, I clean it and take paper towel and make sure that it's completely dry because otherwise it will steam in the oven if it's too wet. So you can see I was not joking about how much I love garlic. So I'm gonna use about half of this for the cauliflower, but you can see I have quite a bit of cauliflower, so it's not that much garlic. I'm gonna add half of this to add some salt, and I'm using kosher salt so it's not as strong as regular salt, so I add extra. Some pepper, a little bit of some chili flakes because Sebastian likes things spicy, so I'm trying to warm up to some spice, just like that much. And then maybe like a tablespoon of some olive oil. And then I just whisk that all together. Now I'm just going to pour that over top of the cauliflower, and because I'm too much of a princess, I always get Sebastian to mix it around for me. So then I just spray my pan with some cooking spray and pour on the cauliflower, and I try to make sure the flat sides are facing down. So like, see this? I put it down so that those parts get nice and brown. And I just put it in the oven. So the cauliflower needs to be in there for about 20 minutes. So I always set a timer for about 15 minutes and then I check on it, make sure everything's going okay. And since the asparagus only takes about like 10 to 12 minutes to cook, I usually start that after I made the cauliflower. So fun fact about asparagus, it will snap at the part that's supposed to be removed. Most people know that, but if you don't, it's a little like hack. So for the asparagus, all I do is add in some olive oil. Just a little drizzle. I add in a pinch of salt and then garlic. So Sebastian's putting it in the oven now. I just dropped the temperature down a little bit so that I can put it on the bottom rack. So my favorite kind of salmon is sockeye, and it's wild. So what I do is I pat it dry so that it gets like a nice crisp exterior when it's cooking in the pan. And it's so simple. Like, fish is one of the easiest things to cook, but it seems so daunting. But all you have to do is just season it lightly with some salt and pepper. And for reference, this is a pound of salmon. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of a high heat oil on top of the fish. You can do this in the pan too, but I found this uses less oil. And then I'm just gonna brush that on. So I'm just gonna heat up my pan at about medium, but on a normal burner I would do this at like medium high. This burner just happens to get really hot really fast. I use a cast iron pan because this can be put in the oven, and I always like to finish my fish in the oven so it gets cooked nicely and evenly on the inside. So once the pan is hot, it's probably been heating for about like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm gonna lay the salmon down, and I always lay it flesh side down first. So the key to cooking fish is you really want to cook it in a super hot pan salmon doesn't need to be cooked in as hot of a pan. It does better at like the medium high. But if you want to cook like a whitefish and get that like nice crisp exterior, then you definitely want a very hot pan, and also that prevents any kind of sticking. I normally flip my fish and then finish it in the oven, but tonight I'm going to leave it flush side down the entire time and then finish it in the oven for a couple of minutes. So the salmon has been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm just going to put it in the oven now at 450 degrees for a couple more minutes. So I just let it cook in the oven for about 4 minutes until the internal temperature is anywhere from like 135 to like well, it really depends on how well you want it cooked. I like mine a little bit more rare. And I promise, if any of you guys tried the roasted cauliflower, it's totally like having like roasted potato or anything else like that. It's super satisfying, and it doesn't feel like you're eating something that's relatively like lower in carbs. So we had dinner and watched a few episodes of The Big Bang Theory, and we decided to have a little bit more of a relaxing evening. Even though we have some stuff we want to get done, we're gonna do it tomorrow just because the time is just like kind of slipping away from us today. So we're taking my dog for a walk, and it's like, what time is it now? Like 8:30? Oh, it's 8:50. It's pretty bright out for 8:50. Good boy. Okay guys, we're going to end the vlog here. I have a lot of editing to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog, and if you'd like to see more of our daily lives, then don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.